And just like that, Joe Rogan officially endorses Donald Trump. I don't know if anyone saw this coming, but holy cow, is this massive. Understand, this is the #1 podcaster in the world, and whether or not you like Joe Rogan, this is powerful. We're talking powerful. So pretty much what's going on, Rogan officially backed Trump, praising Elon's compelling case for the former president. If you guys are unaware, out of nowhere, Elon Musk just showed up on the Joe Rogan podcast, totally unexpected, which already has a ton of views, and they talked about policies, why Elon now is running with Donald Trump, why Elon backs Donald Trump, and many people speculated that Joe Rogan would eventually back Donald Trump, considering Tony Hinchcliffe and all these other comedians also back Donald Trump. And we all know Joe Rogan is the ringleader. So again, this marks Rogan's first presidential endorsement on his show. We are really in the election endgame now. Now, excuse the profanity, but obviously this is Joe Rogan. He's going to say what he wants to say. This is straight from Joe Rogan's X account, and this is all over social media as well. The great and powerful Elon Musk. If it wasn't for him, we'd be you-know-what. He makes what I think is the most compelling case for Trump you'll hear, and I agree with him every step of the way. And this is like the most Joe Rogan thing ever. For the record, yes, that's an endorsement of Trump. Enjoy the podcast. Again, this is huge. Beyond the fact that Joe Rogan is the #1 podcast in the world, his views alone are pretty much triple of what Kamala Harris gets, if not quadruple what Kamala Harris gets on her own shows, on the Call Me Daddy podcast and the MSNBC interviews and all these other things. To have Joe Rogan back you, Joe Rogan represents the left side, the Democratic side that's a little more moderate. Now, will this endorsement be the final knockout punch that Donald Trump was looking for? I'm not sure. But what this definitely does mean is that I think we are now in a new era of what it means to be a Democrat that's more moderate. More and more of these Democrats are starting to lean towards Donald Trump. More and more of these Democrats are starting to see, you know what? Donald Trump actually represents us. And if you didn't watch the podcast, once again, it's a good podcast. Elon Musk even pointed out the fact that, look, the left is afraid of censorship. Meanwhile, on X, you have community notes. And Elon even said, I've never even taken down my own community note because it's open source. People want transparency. Joe Rogan's always looking for the truth, always looking for transparency. Well, you get that with Donald Trump. You get that with all of his endorsements. You get the rawness of the Trump campaign. And again, this is huge, and I don't think anyone saw this coming, but this is all legit. Joe Rogan has endorsed Donald Trump.